Alright, well, we're back in the loft. I just did some light cleaning again because I moved some stuff around. And obviously, it was time for the kids to get a... What are you doing? It's being weird. To get a nest cleaning again. I finally got in that corner a little bit. I didn't bring out my triangle thing, which I should have. But, it's better, so... I need a drink. I'm sorry, I keep starting videos drinking because I've been doing stuff. Hi, Taco. Cloud's well, the boys are sort of competing for my my head. I'm gonna check under Storm. As of yesterday, she just had the one egg, but since I don't know whether she laid that, you know, like 2 nights ago or just yesterday morning or something, I wanna see if she's got 2. I don't think she will. I know. You don't like this. Just the one. All right, it's okay. Good girl. She's relatively good about letting me in. Ooh, gross. Ooh, that one went. That went all the way to the floor. Well, no, it's landing on the table. Disgusting. You were disgusting, little babies. We preen? Do we preen each other? Alright, Newt, I am gonna sit for a minute. If you're cool with that, my dude. And we will refresh your food because you've definitely had a go at it. And then I will show the yeah, there's definitely more different types of seeds available in that edition than there was. Then I'll show show what I moved. Hi boys. Hi boys. That's not the safflower seed container. That's just the food container. Storms is food. So yeah. So I moved the mirror to that spot because I really wanted to. Yes, you're so handsome. I really wanted to be able to see into the aviary from the house, and the mirror was in such a place that it completely blocked the floor view, which is fine for you guys. You know, you only see the loft from this angle, but we like to observe what the birdies are up to while we're at the table, you know, eating dinner or breakfast or lunch or whatever, and you know, bid from the kitchen and just be able to see everyone's activities on the floor. I also I moved the stump. Obviously, it was right there. Horrifically, I found a small centipede underneath of it, which was really unpleasant, and sort of fueled a sort of mad dash to try to kill it without accidentally touching it. Which I feel often happens to me when I'm trying to kill a bug I really despise. It's just I just accidentally managed to get into contact with it with my skin, and it's just a terrible experience. Let's see. I'm gonna take that and glug because I tipped it, and just take it out to the compost is like right over there on the edge of the deck. Like it's on the ground, but we can dump things off the deck into the compost. And having your compost be damp it really increases the speed at which things will break down. So I'm very encouraged by my parents to put excess water into the compost when that's going on. So yeah, I moved the flower pot there. And the stump is right there now. It's it seems like the best place to put those things because we do have lower perches, like you know, there and there and there, and it feels like having these right beneath them is like, oh yes, so attractive. having those things right beneath the perches just seems like a waste of usable space. I feel like the birds aren't gonna want to stack like that. Plus, you know, it's just it's a recipe for dumping way more poop there from the perches right above it. So also somehow the mirror fits differently in every spot I've put it in. So that piece of what was that? So somehow that piece of foam, it was in the middle of the mirror before to keep it from bending so much. But I guess the hardware cloth it's in is like stapled as closely on he's like the mirror moved. Isn't stapled as closely on that side perhaps? And so like the mirror just like it bent more in the middle and there wasn't like enough tension to keep the foam in the middle and keep the mirror flat. So I took off the middle bungee. And it's definitely not gonna just like come off and like fall. And even if it did, it's really light. It's like acrylic and it's also not gonna break. So I'm not concerned about it. But putting the foam there instead did help flatten it out even further to limit the funhouse effect. What are you doing? You gonna say hi? He says, no, I'm hungry. Oh, you just want to show off? You're so funny. You're so funny. You're so funny. You visiting the kids' store? She says, I'm just checking on him. I'm just checking on him. You really gonna go back there? That seems okay. All right, if you want to. Didn't think they would want us to pick in that space, but he's going back for the mirror again. Yes, he thinks he is so sexy. He's so impressed with himself. You are a funny dude. I did some corn cleanup, which should soon be coming to a wonderful pause, if not end. I finished the second bag of the mislabeled feed today, putting the rest in my my little food container to bring out for the birds. So I will be dipping into the 50-pound bag that I just got, which looking in through the side seems to appear to not have any corn. Finally, thank God. So that should be better. And I won't have to do so much seed cleaning. I mean, there's always an amount of seed cleaning you end up doing, because especially on a floor like this, where you know it's just it just gathers on top and doesn't go anywhere. But yeah, the next feed I start dumping in here, it's not gonna have any corn. So as I do my my cleanings and sweep up the remainders of the corn, that problem should go away, which I'm so relieved about. They hate the corn, I hate the corn. Everyone hates the corn. The kids are doing well. They dealt with my cleaning of their nest box pretty well. You know, I'm putting implements they've never seen past them and scraping them and making noises. At first they were pretty quiet. Just keeps going to the mirror, check himself out. They were pretty quiet. They were obviously a little alarmed by that. But by the end of the short cleaning, they were making noises again, and you know, asking for food and whatnot. So they adjusted really quickly, which again is part of why you expose them to these things early. Babies are gonna get used to things really, really fast compared to older, more behaviorally hardened or formed or matured or whatever you want to call it birds. You know, set even, you know, like in terms of concrete. You know, they're just they're not they haven't reached the point where they've like hardened and applied their settings, you know, for life. You know, a bird is always going to be somewhat flexible, but it's going to take a lot more work and time for them to get used to things than if you've introduced them to it while they're really young and still learning that the world is you know how it is. You know, you raise a bird entirely in a loft without human interaction, and it's gonna think that's how the world should be. And you know, adjusting that worldview is harder for a bird who's grown up like that and lived that way. How do you guys always manage to spray me after you drink? Than a baby who's you know, growing up with a different, more expansive worldview, and you know, just as a way. Storm is always alarming everybody else. You're freaking everyone else out. She's gotta get that egg. You know, you know, people even are probably somewhat similar. I mean, you get raised in an environment where you just you don't want to experience different types of people or places or you know, environments. I mean, you know, you get raised say in you know, the deep Midwest where perhaps where you live is completely flat. There's very little trees. There's very little trees, and you know, it's mostly quiet farms, and a lot of empty space and big open skies. And if you go somewhere that's you know, really different from that environment that you've been in your whole life, you know, you go visit the mountains, you know, there's a lot of trees, there's a lot of hills, way less open sky. You might be you feeling just a little uncomfortable, a little disturbed. I know that you know, having grown up in the only really actually hilly part of Florida, you know, Central Florida has hills, not like the rest of the state, which is incredibly flat due to how the geography of the state was formed over the millenniums. You know, like the way the oceans rose and fell really shaped how Florida's geography has formed. So you know, most of it is just is really incredibly flat, and you know, the skies are very open. And having grown up in an environment where you know, there were big tall hills everywhere, I personally really don't like flyers. I think they just bother me. I'm just slightly uncomfortable. And you know, also having grown up in the suburbs and very rarely visiting city environments, cities make me pretty uncomfortable. There's just so much happening, you know? I'm not accustomed to it. I don't know how to deal with it. You know, it's like, it's loud, and there's a lot of people, and the buildings are really tall and block, you know, everything that you can look at, you know, from the sky. And you know, I'm already a person who, oh, you guys are so cute today. I'm already a person who, you know, doesn't particularly like unexpected noises or a lot of, you know, activity. So you know, being in cities is kind of a nightmare for me. But if I'd been you know, somebody who grew up in the city, that's just my that's my worldview. It's how I grew up. I'm used to it. I've never known anything different. Oh, look at that armpit. So you know, it's the same sort of thing with birds. And you know, my job is to try and prepare them for, you know, whatever home they're gonna end up going to, as best as I can. You know, show them as many different little objects as possible. You know, one of the homes for that's lined up for one of these birds. You know, I haven't assessed who's going with who yet. You know, we're only I think 17 days old at this point. You know, we're just we're not ready to be assessed for our permanent temperaments yet. But you know, one of those homes, they've had doves for basically their whole lives. They're really old doves, and their doves are terrified of hairbrushes. So I was specifically requested to show these kiddos what a hairbrush looks like. You know, there's just random objects sometimes that a bird's like, what the hell is that? You know, I've never seen anything like it. So I'm just every time we do socialization day, well, not day, time, I'm planning on doing this every day I can. You know, I'm gonna show them a random object. You know, try to diversify it a little bit. And oh my god, ow. Cloud, you landed, like, Cloud landed so that his foot, like, missed my head. His right foot missed my head. And he hit my ear and, like, slipped past and, like, caught my cheek. Cloud, you're really bad at landing on me. Ow. Buddy, you've just been, like, scratching me up these past 2 weeks. You guys have, like, worse claws than the Lucernes, and I just don't know why. I don't know if their keratin is different or what. I mean, I've got you know, at this point, there's a significant number of rough surfaces in here. I've made a point of doing that. Defensive. So I don't know why the Tipplers have you know, markedly longer claws than the Lucernes do. I just have to assume it's somewhat genetic. You know, they must have just slightly tougher keratin or something. But it's not pleasant when the Tipplers miss and they hi kiddos, it's touchy time. Hi. Oh, you get fluffy. You get fluffy. Oh, I'm sorry. Yes, I know. I take those. I have to, like, moderate my my pressure. You know, I gotta, like, dial it in. You kissy plum. So it's possible. Not even particularly unlikely. Yes, hi. Hi, Banana. Hi, Banana. That, the reason that, that Banana is so light is, because, we perhaps got, a copy of Bleached from Storm, and a copy of Bleach from Newt. You know, I asked Malefic's, you know what the, oh, are you gonna get out? Hi! Hi! What are you doing? You got out of the nest! You got out of the nest! I asked Malefic's what the odds were of, you know, of Newt having bleached, considering that his mother was, basically the same as Storm's mother, except she was barless. So, you know, basically Storm, but barless. So, carrying Bleached and Dilute, and apparently, you know, Bleached is a dominant gene. Look at those legs. They're getting fluffy. But, you know, Dilute Ash Reds are so light as it is. It could be entirely possible that you know, Newt's carrying Bleached, but it's just really hard to tell. Because you know, it's his background color is just naturally gonna be incredibly light anyway. So you know, he could you know, totally have it and have managed to, you know, pass it on to Banana, which is what's, you know, possibly making Banana so incredibly light. Hi, Newt. You wanna see your kids? You wanna go in there? Your kids walking around. That's why there's baby rails. So we aren't oh, what are you doing? What are you doing? Do you want to get back in the bowl? I'll help you if you want. What did you just spray on my face, Newt? So that may be why we are so incredibly late, you know? I didn't really clock that was, sort of unusual, because, you know, this is my first Lucerne clutch. And I've, you know, I don't have any, markers for, what the kids are supposed to look like at this stage, in terms of, you know, their parentage. You know, I it's obvious that they're both blue, but, honestly, I probably would have assumed that, you know, Banana just had one copy of Bleached, and Plum didn't get it. But, when I showed a video to the server, and, Malefic's obviously took a look, and, remarked that, Banana's coming in, much lighter than, expected. And I was like, oh, really? That's unusual? I didn't know that. Which of course got me to thinking, you know, what would cause that? And I at this point, I just, I think it's probably most likely, that the answer is, oh, we're trying to get out, but we're bad at it. We're I don't think we're as tall as Banana yet, so it's harder to just get out of the bowl. Is that, you know, Newt's got the same gene that, Storm's got, but it's just, you know, not, phenotypically, visible. Quick refresher for anybody who's forgotten what phenotype and genotype means. Phenotype is what you look like, in terms of how how your genes are expressing, but your genotype is what you are genetically carrying. So for instance, he's, well, for instance, we'll assume what Cloud is and work from there. So, you know, Cloud is assumed to be, an ash red spread. It's honestly hard to say. Yeah, you know what, we'll work with, alright. Yeah, alright. Okay. Yeah, Cloud is assumed to be an ash red spread, possibly carrying blue. But we know, because his mother was dilute, that he is carrying dilute. So his phenotype is ash red spread. But his genotype is ash red spread, carrying dilute, and carrying blue. So, there's a lot. What's going on, guys? This makes sense. This does not. She's not your baby! There's no baby! What are you, by the way, what do you want at this point? Is it still a fake egg? If there's another egg in there, I want to know. I think it's just a fake egg. So yeah, phenotype is what you look like, and genotype is what you genetically have. Which, for Taco, may be, particularly hard to define. Because we just have no idea what she's got going on. Like, I guess you could say her phenotype is like ash red, but like, do we call that pseudo ash red because we're pretty sure it's pseudo ash red, or do we say that she's her phenotype is ash red, but she's like her genotype is actually blue with homozygous indigo? You know, like, what do we call that? You know, it's not always easy to figure out what exactly you want to call something, especially if you're confused about what the bird actually may be carrying. Oh boy, that's a lot, isn't it, Newt? Those kids, wow. Where did those wings go? Oh. I'm gonna be taking their fake egg away, within a couple days. I'm wondering if maybe, you know, they are sitting longer than they need to, and, you know, I did want that to happen, but, I do wonder if letting them, feed each other like this on top of a fake egg is, just going to, hormonally, make them, you know, treat this nest as if a baby is in it and sit on it longer, especially because they're hearing the kids underneath of them. Yeah, she's still got the feeding response going. She's still trying to feed something that's just not there. So yeah, I am gonna remove the egg by what should have been day 22. And hi New. Thanks for landing on me while you're covered in goop. I am gonna remove that egg by day 22, and try to get them started again, because we do want a clutch out of them, and sitting on that egg forever is not gonna do it. And I don't know how long they're gonna go if they're hearing kids and they're doing the feeding, because I think probably doing this amount of feeding is probably going to trigger some amount of hormone that's telling them that there's a kid. I mean, I'm speculating here, but that's sort of how, like, you know, I mean, that's how lactation works, you know? As long as you're feeding, your body says, "Oh, there's child." So yeah, this is weird. This is bizarre. And I'm not gonna let it continue forever. But it's harmless for now. While it does give Taco a chance to get her stores back to normal. You know. Hi. Oh yes, we're still hungry. You're still hungry. Your little feathers are starting to come out on your head. We are in feeding mode. We are in feeding mode. You got a little something on your beak. You got a little something. It's over here. No, I'm trying to get it. Come on, here. Let me get that. You're difficult. You're difficult, little baby. Is it just like stuck to you? Did it perhaps get on you when it was like wet or something? What is that? What is this? I'm trying to clean your little face. Yes, I'm trying to clean your little face. We're gonna, there we go. That's off the face. I'll take that. How full are you? How much have you got in there? We're pretty full. The thing with Peeps is they'll pretty much keep asking for food, even when they're full. So when you know, somebody has to take over for feeding the you know, for the parents, you know, you have to feel you have to be able to feel the crop and know when baby's full, because they'll just keep asking. They'll just keep asking, you know. They're not gonna stop. You know, at some point they're gonna go, well, I guess I'm not gonna get food, I'll sleep. But they don't know really how to moderate, I guess. Look at these babies. Oh, these babies. Alright, we're gonna do wing check because I haven't done it the past couple days. Alright? Okay? It's wing check time. Okay, my fingers. Wing check. I know you don't like it. Nobody does. Wing check. Oh, I know. Nobody likes it. Wing check. We have to do this. We have to. I'm being gentle. There we go. Wing check. Now we lift. Okay, there you go. Good baby. Good baby. See? It's over now. Alright, Plum, it is your turn. Wing check. Wing check. Give me that wing. Give me that wing. Wing check. Wing check. Oh, I know. Oh, you poop. Okay. Banana just spilled it out of the bowl. Come on. Wing check. There we go. Now we lift. Alright, you can have it back. There you go. Good little baby. It's over. You did it. There you go. We are just going for little walks. Going for little walkies. Little babies. You're just toddling. Look how fluffy Plum's feet are getting. I think we definitely got more of Daddy's feathering going on there than Banana did. I think Banana got somewhere in the middle because you know, that's obviously, it's not all open yet. But I do think that it's you're gonna poop. I do think that it's not going to be as as intense as Plum's is. Hi, Cloud. Yes, hello, baby. Does baby want to get back in bowl? Oh, we did it. We did it. We did it by ourselves. What? 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 Huh? What? What are we crying about? Huh? I mean, I know what we're crying about, but, you are so peepy. You have a lot to say. Plum, I think, is the louder one. Banana has more periods of silence. We're, I don't know if I said this already. We're gonna try some more self-feeding today, but I've grabbed a bowl this time, and hopefully that will help us not lose the seed and be able to concentrate more on being able to swallow it, or at least practice it anyway. I think we're probably still a little weirded out by a solid seed, but we're certainly starting to think that it's a viable option. Is that kind of nice? We're peepy, but we're getting squintier, and our blinks are getting slower, which is how I measure whether baby's liking it, because just in terms of having seen other people's you know, baby petting videos, those seem to be the signs of a baby that's enjoying its scritchies, and not just you know, putting up with it or just liking it. We don't relax as quickly as Banana, but we do like little head scritchies. Yeah. Are head scritchies good? Hmm? Yes, we still want food though. We still want food though. Oh, can't cover that. Alright, Banana, it's your turn. Yes, your turn. Gotta figure out how to do this with the other hand. Hi. Oops, oops. Dial it in. Dial it in. We can do this. I think we just maybe activating Banana's food time by with the stimulation. What? It's okay. Because we're normally pretty open to scritchies, but we are looking for a meal right now. We're looking for a little meal. Maybe we both want to try some self-feeding today, huh? What are you doing, huh? Circling the bowl. Oh, is it Daddy's turn on the egg? You guys are ridiculous. I still cannot believe that you are, I didn't even notice them switching. I still cannot believe that they are on another egg already. Like, you know, it's not completely unusual or unheard of. But some birds just like to take little breaks or they're just slower at the whole process. You know, they don't necessarily have eggs you know, ready to hatch as soon as the first clutch is ready to leave the nest. You know, that's it's more chain producing than usual. You know, some pairs just have a slower pace, and you know, my original projected hatch time for the third clutch was something like July 3rd, which you know, I was not gonna let hatch because, you know, that's danger month for peeps in my area, as far as I'm concerned. And now it's now the projected hatch date for the third clutch, if you know, the pair follows this exact same pattern in terms of getting eggs going and incubating and all that, is June 8th, which is crazy, and also totally within my acceptable range of when I'll let a kid hatch and end up having to grow up somewhat in July, because, you know, they'll be about 3 weeks old, a little bit more, by the time July hits, and that's a fully feathered baby. That's a baby who is getting close to weaning, and is not in nearly as much danger of starving, because the parents aren't you know, eating enough seed and then passing it to the kids. They're just you know, they're just drinking a bunch of. That's a good boy. Good boy. You did that really well. You just let her do that. Good boy. After the way he's been defensive over the previous nest situation, I'm pleased to see that he's not completely overzealous. But anyway, yeah, that's a range where I think the kids can totally can handle the heat, and they won't be losing out on the nutrition they're supposed to get, because their parents are drinking so much water because it's hot. So yeah, third clutch happening sooner than originally thought, which means boy's hanging out down here, so I might as well chill with him. Which means that we may get more Lucerne clutches out this year than I anticipated, which is honestly, you know, it's great. I'm looking into finding a bigger scale, and you know, one that's a better size for my adults to stand on. Mine is it does grams, but the top is very tippy, and you know, putting something on top of it to give the bird something to stand on that's you know, wide enough and has like a texture to it, would just make the top like fall off the scale, and I don't want to deal with that, so I'm gonna look for a gram scale that's relatively wide, and I know that these guys are not gonna just stand still for me, so I'm gonna I'm stealing this from Halifax totally. I saw an image of their of Birch, I believe, being weighed, and it appeared to be done in a box with the scale in the box, and the bird just really has no place to stand but the scale. So that stops him from flying away. You know, you just get it over with quick, and you let the bird back out, and scale time is done, and you have a wait. Seems like a great idea to me. I can't imagine the bird loves it, but I can't imagine that it's also like traumatizing or anything, you know. We'll reward them well for having to deal with the box. You know, after they come out of the box, they'll get their favorite treat, and we'll try to make it a positive experience, or at least not completely negative. So I'm gonna look into that, and that way I can keep track of their body condition better than just feeling their keel. Like, I feel like feeling Newt's keel is just kind of a waste of time because he's so like breasty that unless he gets really thin, you know, obviously that would be you know, feelable, but unless he gets really thin, I don't think I would be able to tell if he needed a break in between clutches to regain some body weight before having kids again. I think Storm would be easier, but you know, just going by numbers is going to be the best system, and also a way better, more data-backed way of tracking their overall health. You know, if they pick up a parasite load and start to lose weight because of that, I'll definitely be able to know, or some other sickness, and I'll know something's wrong and be able to take steps to address it instead of just assuming everybody's okay, you know, and or until you know, somebody starts to look visibly ill, which is at the point that it's you know, more of a problem. You know, if you address the problem before it's you know, taking actual clinical symptoms, besides just weight loss, you know, once the bird's like hunched and feeling bad, and you know, obviously is starting to decline, that's a harder thing to fix than preventative care, which is also why I feel like I may have mentioned this, but I am going to deworm everybody at the end of July, because I know there will be no young peeps in the loft at that point, and cause you can't deworm with the young peeps under 6 weeks, I believe. I think that's what I just recently read. I think the last time I may have talked about this, I didn't know if you could deworm with peeps, you know, in the loft being fed by their parents. I think I said something along the lines of, I don't really want to dump those chemicals into peeps, and it turns out that yes, that's the correct response. You don't want to dump those chemicals into peeps, but you also don't want the parents to pass the parasites to their peeps. So it's one of those things you gotta figure out when you're gonna do it. So that's how I've picked it up anyway. It's possible I misread something or misunderstood something, but that's what I've come to understand. So yes, deworming, a cautionary deworming will happen at the end of July, just to make sure that nobody's got a parasite load. You know, like a low parasite load probably isn't really going to do much harm. I mean, probably the reason that things like Crohn's disease and IBS have developed. You want to come up? You want to come up? He says, I'm thinking about my kids. You want to come here? He says, I'm thinking about my kids. That's fine. Think about your kids. Go ahead. The reason humans have developed things like IBS and Crohn's disease is because, you want to come here? We do not have the parasite load that we had pretty much most of our evolutionary, you know, time frame. You know, we evolved to have a parasite load of a certain amount, and not having any at all can cause your intestines to become oversensitive to things that are not actually a problem. You know, they're designed to have an impact on parasites, but if they don't have parasites to fight, it's a recipe for an oversensitive system. Sort of like how you know, asthma is more common in countries with less air pollution or exposure to just natural particles in the air. You know, like a lot of pollen or you know, other natural inhalants that you know, baby, you know, young people would be breathing in as they grew up. Growing up in a very sterile environment, you know, can increase the risks of a person developing asthma. Obviously, there is a genetic component, but there's also definitely an environmental component that you know, can affect whether or not you're gonna, you know, trigger that problem. It's a very strange little thing that's happened for humans. You know, is we've made ourselves so clean of all these little bugs and parasites and whatnot, and you look awful. That our immune systems and the things we developed to fight those problems can be triggered by you know, stupid things, because they're meant to be there to fight other things. Oh, she's in a laying position. That is a I am laying an egg position. Are you in the middle of laying an egg? That's exactly how I found Taco the first time she laid. We were like, what is wrong with her? What is she doing? God, I was about to start baby time, but if you're gonna lay soon, that would be pretty cool to catch. I don't know how soon she's going to do it is the thing. She's back in a normal posture. But that was to my eye at least, that was a egg like position. That's just that's not a position that you just sort of get. I mean, obviously when she's up against the back of the bowl and she's loafing, her tail's got to go up, but she was standing. Are you close to laying that second egg? It would be kind of soon. I did just find that other egg yesterday, but again, you did lay it last not yesterday, but the night before. You may be ready to go soon. I don't know. I will say that first egg of hers looks very nice. I think with the new grit, the girls are able to reduce some slightly larger you know, eggs. Like I've always sort of seen other people's eggs and and kind of thought, that looks kind of bigger than the eggs my birds make. There it is. There's the first one. And I don't know if that's just excuse me, if that's just like perspective / like people's hand size, because like, I've got like decently large hands for somebody like assigned female at birth, like they're decently, they're not small. So like I'm also tall, so that probably contributes to it. I'm just not a small person. So I don't know if like the other people I'm seeing holding eggs just have smaller hands than me. And like that's like sort of the whole why I think my bird's eggs are like smaller than average, or if that's like an actual thing that's happening in my loft. Like, I wouldn't be surprised if say Taco looks awful, by the way. She's got feeding face. This is so weird, guys. But Taco lays slightly smaller eggs, I feel, but that also makes sense. She's a small bird. I think just the eggs she may produce are just somewhat sized for her body, and not necessarily going to be average sized. Bigger birds produce bigger eggs. I believe it was Danielle Ramsey who is the one who informed me in general that not me personally, but did talk briefly about it. I think it was her. How is there corn in there? How did that get there? The size of Peeps is more likely to follow the size of the dam over the sire, partially because of the egg size that she's able to produce. I think I've talked about this before, but you put a big boy in with a little hen. She produces a little egg. You're starting with a smaller bird, and if you're gonna get to the size, what are you doing? If you're gonna get to the size of the big sire, you got further to go, and more growing to do, and it's just easier probably to get to a larger size if you're starting at a larger size. Like if you put a utility king in with say a little girl like Taco, she's a little girl. I think there's just no way you're gonna get a kid as big as its dad. Just starting with that size egg. So yeah, it'll be interesting to see what the Tippler kids turn out to be size wise, because Taco is a little she's a little babe. She's a little hen. Cloud's he's I would say he's normal sized. He's average sized. I've had somebody say that he's actually kind of big for a Tippler, but I've seen a couple of the other birds that the Loft that their line goes back to had, and certainly I can remember that one of those males that was offered to me was freaking enormous compared to his wife. Bigger than their dad by a decent margin. So I don't know if that guy was doing outcrosses and had a couple bigger breeds just hanging out in his loft producing larger kids, or what. but I honestly don't really have a good frame of reference for the average size tippler at this point. No, you silly birds. God, you're ridiculous. Alright, well, I don't think she's gonna lay right now. I think maybe that was just, perhaps we're just feeling the egg forming or something. Perhaps it's gonna be laid tonight, and she's just starting to be somewhat cognizant of it. But we're gonna have baby time now because we've reached an hour of filming in here, so that's probably good. You know, I'd film here all day if you guys wanted, but I think my file size on my phone would hate that, and I think also YouTube would hate that. So it's probably better if we keep it to an hour and 30 and under. Just so I can put out a video that's you know, not under HD, and you know, within a decent time frame after I film it. You know, it takes some time to upload the video, and then it has to process into the standard definition, and then it processes into HD. So, and at this point, HD is hi Newt, you're on my butt. What are you doing? What are you doing? At this point, HD is first it is 1080p, and later, when YouTube gets its act together, it is 1440p. So if you would rather watch a really a crisper video, watching it late that day into the night, or just the next day, is gonna be your best bet at getting the 1440p, because it does reach 1080p pretty fast, but oh my god, but yeah, getting to 1440 is a little difficult for YouTube to accomplish in a reasonable time frame, especially when it's a long video. You fussing? Damn it, he stopped. He was oh, there it goes. He's flicking his wing, but this is obviously not defensive, because he's trying to feed his wife. So this is more affectionate wing flicking. Just you can see that it's the same exact motion, just in a different context. So that's why I have difficulty reading it. All right, so yeah, unless something really crazy is going on in the loft when I bring the kids back out, this is the end of the video. Thank you for watching. This is probably going to come out after socialization time, just because socialization time is shorter and uploads faster. So yeah, all right, thanks so much for watching. I hope the seeing the kids grow is interesting to y'all, and my weird birds and their weird habits are interesting. You know, if anybody watching who is you know, not on the Discord servers that I'm on, and perhaps is not aware that I'm producing these kids for pet homes, and would be interested in a bird, I do have a website, and it is linked on my YouTube. It's just linked as my website. Like, there's no like good link. It looks like it's a globe. There's no good icon. It's just a globe. But you can find my website there, and my details for getting on the wait list for a baby that's been socialized, and my whole process, and my plans and a little bit of information about my birds and you know, details and such as stuff like that in terms of you know, how I have my system working, how you would get a bird, and yeah, stuff like that. So if you're at all interested or just curious, feel free to check it out. I do have my socialization goals on there, as well as my my proposed assessment methods once the kids are getting old enough. So if you're interested in those details, that's where you can find them. I do ship this year, 2021. All the kids are going to be $25 plus shipping, which is usually $40 to $60, plus the price of the box, which is about $11, and optional DNA sexing if you want to do that. You know, if you really want just one sex and you do not want the other, that's an optional thing you can do, but you will have to shell out for that too. But that's about $13 for sexing. So you know, if we're checking both kids, you know, do the math. I can't. Heads up, it's on my website, but next year, the kids will be a more standard industry price. You know, it's weird calling this industry, but I'm gonna do that. The Lucernes are gonna go up to $50 a child. The Tipplers will go up to $35. They are not a rare breed, and you know, just not as many people are going to be interested in them, and I know that, and you know, that's fine. I understand, but you know, in 2022, all Lucerne kids will be $50, and all Tippler babies that are going to a pet home will be $35. I can't remember what my price is for Loft only Tipplers. Like, Tipplers who are just not good in temperament and therefore should go to a Loft. You know, they've got interesting color genetics, so I could see somebody picking them for that. I think I'm keeping them at $25 because they're you know, they're not incredibly you know, hard to find or anything like that. They just have cool colors, and you know, they will be socialized even if their temperament ends up being not as good for a pet home as a Loft home. So yeah, I think that's most of the details. That's easily said at this point. Yeah, one last thing. Okay, so there are currently 8 people in line at this moment for Lucerne kids, including the homes for these 2. So I guess if you wanna look at it in terms of you know, when your turn will sort of come up, you know, the slots coming up soon. You know, within a month or 2, less maybe. So you know, that's I guess 6 people if you want to look at it that way. And you know, second clutch is obviously in the works. So second clutch will be happening. And then I'm probably gonna let the third clutch happen, as long as I don't think the parents are losing body condition really badly. Hopefully I'll have a scale by that point. So you know, that's how the wait list is going at this moment. I put people in 2-person slots and I judge based on the slot, like you know, for these guys, let's say, the slot works so that the first person who comes in tells me their preferences, and then the second person who comes in tells me their preferences, and if their preferences are different, that makes it easy. I can decide, you know, is plum here better for slot 1 or slot 2, or is banana here better for slot 1 or slot 2? In the case where you know, the home environment, the preferences, and the needs of the people in the same 2-person slot are equal, the person who entered the slot first will be offered what I, you know, consider, you know, the quote-unquote better of the two first, just because I think you know, it's fair to offer the better fitting bird to the person who arrived first. But I'm hoping that I don't have to do that too often, and that I'll be able to make enough of an assessment of personality that I can decide based on you know, the home environment and you know, how they're going to be kept, and the person's personality preferences and all that. That the assessment for who goes where will not be difficult and will not put anybody at, I don't know, a disadvantage, I guess. And you know, additional detail, if I describe the temperament of a kid to you, you know, after giving the perhaps the first quote unquote better kiddo to the first slot, and you just you would prefer to pass and wait for the next bird or go to another breeder, that's completely fine. You can always deny a bird and move into the next clutches slot, and I will just I'll go down the line and offer the bird to the next slot. So that's sort of how my system works in a really quick summary. If you are interested in my birds, I do have a Discord for updates on them, and you know, general my processes and stuff like that. So if you're interested in that, that's something you can totally message me about, or however you do things on YouTube. You can always look at your Discord, like in the comments or something like that, or you know, something. Well, we can figure something out. And if you just want to join my Discord to just watch, that's fine. I have people there who are not on the wait list. They're just there because they are interested in the birds. You are totally welcome to join. But also, if you are on the wait list and you want to join the Discord, that's also totally cool and encouraged. I've put together that Discord mainly to give updates to potential adopters, but also because when the kids do go home, I would love to be able to see them in their new homes and and watch them grow and thrive and see like behavior trends over time in the birds that I've raised, and you know, maybe sort of refine my assessment process that way. You know, if I make an assessment on a baby and it turns out to end up growing up a little differently, that's something good to know. It's also a great way of keeping in contact with the adopters in case a bird ends up sick or something, and I didn't know because it's like been subclinical or something in the rest of all my birds. And that's a great alert system for me, so I can deal with that problem. Alright, so that was like 15 more minutes of me talking after I said I'd end the video. So, thank you so much for watching. It's baby time. Well, I did miss it. She did lay a second egg while I was out with the kiddos. I knew it. I knew it. There he goes, getting on his eggies. It's hard. I'm sorry. It's a little harder with these nest bowls, but I believe in you. You can do it. You are a big boy. I'm a little pissed I missed it. I was gone 30 minutes. She must have, that's gotta be a fresh egg. I bet if I touch it, it's wet. I see we're still trying to feed the kids and still mostly feeding nothing, but you know, it's points for effort. You'll get a kid in there eventually and start feeding them. Alright, well, second egg is laid. So yeah, that's I guess that's the real end of the Loft video, because I can't just leave that out. Yep. Alright. Okay. Alright. You can do it. You can do it. Yeah, alright. Thank you.